Hey Canucks fans, let's talk a little bit more about sandpaper and what a realistic return might be for a JT Miller trade. I'm Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take on One Take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Sunday, June the 19th, Father's Day. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Yes, happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. I'm going to talk a bit about my dad later in this video. As you know, I'm still in Helsingborg, Sweden with my son Jacob. Got to spend Father's Day with him, but of course missing Sean and Kayla back home, and Gail, of course. And yes, the bowling balls have not arrived yet, but we expect them to arrive in the next 12 to 18 hours. And I sure hope so, because Jacob's got his official practice time tomorrow night. Okay, tonight, later on, Sunday night, 10 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 7 a.m. my time, but the regular 10 p.m. on Sunday, gonna do my live stream. So I hope you join me for that, and I can update you on everything that's going on here. We can talk about the Stanley Cup Finals, and we can talk about the Canucks as well. So only 2 questions today for my Ask Me Anything, but no problem. Maybe it's the time change. Maybe there's simply not a lot going on in the Canucks world, but I'll answer these 2 questions, and I'll answer them very thoroughly. And then I'll talk about the game 2 last night, and then my dad to wind up this vlog. So the first question is from Dominic. He says, "Hi Clay, my question to you is, what are the top 5 players to bring in as sandpaper or grit or toughness in your opinion?" By the way, good luck at bowling. Thank you. It's my son Jacob that's bowling, but we will take the good luck wishes for sure. I've talked a lot about this over the past week and a half, but if I was to name 5 realistic targets, they're basically 4 guys that I've talked about already, and then 1 new one. So Andrew Kopp played very well for the Rangers, UFA, set himself up for a big payday, and he's like a Swiss Army knife. He can play, he's not necessarily tough, but he's gritty, he's tough to play against, and he can score. So he can play a top 6 role, he can play a bottom 6, or a middle 6 role for sure. So I like Andrew Kopp. I like Nick Delorier, traded from Anaheim to Minnesota, a beast. He's the one who injured Kyle Burrows back in November, and he's got a bit of a scoring touch as well, a small scoring touch, but I do like Delorier's game, so I put him as number 2 on my list. Mason Marchman out of Florida, don't know a lot about him just yet, although he's a big body, and I think we're gonna start to hear more about him in the years to come, so I put Marchman on that list. Curtis Lazar is also on that list, now a veteran, UFA, only made 800 grand last year, but a local boy, and I think he could add some grit to some sandpaper to the Canucks lineup. And number 5, a guy who I've been really impressed with in the finals, Nick Paul. Nick Paul playing so well for the Tampa Bay Lightning. He's a UFA as well. He's in for a big raise, so I really like Nick Paul's game, even though I didn't like the game of the Tampa Bay Lightning overall, but I think he also has some sandpaper, and he's got a bit of a scoring touch for a bottom 6 player as well. So Kopp, Delorier, Marchment, Lazar, and Paul. Those are my 5. Joe says this: if we traded JT Miller for a top 4 right D, a right shot 3rd line center, and a draft pick, which team do you think can give us what we need? And he says, "Don't bowl me over with your answer, Jet Setter." Well, nice pun, Joe. Thank you. And I don't think I'm going to bowl you over, but I didn't go through all 31 teams, but I went through a few that the Canucks have been linked to, and I come up with the Pittsburgh Penguins. I've talked about John Marino in the past. He is a right shot defenseman, only 25 years old, just started a new contract, so he's got 5 more years left at $4.4 million. So that's pretty good value. If he comes in and somehow becomes our top, right shot D guy, 4.4 is good value for 5 years. So I like John Marino. Then I looked at their centers. Obviously, it's not Crosby, it's not Malkin, but a right shot center that plays for them is Evan Rodriguez. Rodriguez had a really good season, 43 points in 82 games. He's a right shot, like I said, and he's a UFA. He only made $1 million. So this is where my answer already falls apart a little bit, because you don't really want to trade for a guy who's a UFA unless you already work out a deal somehow where you're going to re-sign him, basically a sign and trade by Pittsburgh to Vancouver. So I like Rodriguez, young as well, only 20. I forgot when I looked him up. How old is he? Do I still have it here? No, I don't have it up anymore, but I think he's only 27. Oh, I do have it here. Rodriguez is 28 years old. Okay, so we got Marino at 25, Rodriguez at 28, so no guys approaching 30 yet. So I think those are 2 reasonable targets, although like I said, Marino's locked in for 5 more years, so that's good. Rodriguez, UFA, not so good. And then I looked at the the Pittsburgh Penguins draft picks. And if you think that the Canucks should be able to fetch a top 4D, a third line center, and a draft pick or prospect, I looked at Pittsburgh draft picks. It's not great. In this draft coming up next month, they have their first round pick, but then they only have 4, 5, and 6 because they traded away 2, 3, and 7. And then next year in 2023, they have their first, second, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. So the only one they don't have is their third. So if Pittsburgh doesn't want to give away their first round pick, then I don't think you want to trade for any of their 2022 picks because it's only 4, 5, and 6. However, they do have their first and their second in 2023. So maybe you look at their second for 2023, or you try and convince them to part with one of their first, either this year or next year. So the Pittsburgh Penguins are my answer, and we know Jim Rutherford's history with them. You know, he probably is the one who negotiated the Marino deal. I'm not sure about that. The Rodriguez deal for sure. Not sure about the Rodriguez deals, I should say. Yeah, maybe not the Marino deal because Marino deal is quite new. But yeah, Rodriguez has been there for a while and he signed a few contracts. So I know that Rutherford was in on a couple of those as well. So there's history. There's the link, of course, Rutherford to Pittsburgh. So that's my long answer, Joe, is the Pittsburgh Penguins would be my team to target, to offer that kind of package if that's what you want. Quick word about last night's game. I took a quick nap for a couple hours and I got up at 2 a.m. to watch the game, and I didn't even finish it. I watched the first 2 periods, then I went to bed. There's no way that Tampa was just so thoroughly dominated. Now I get it. They haven't lost a game at home yet in the series, and I get it. Just because you win the first 2 games doesn't mean you're gonna win the Stanley Cup. Think of Boston and Vancouver in 2011. But I just don't see how Tampa's gonna win many games. They might sneak out 1 of the next 2, but I don't see how Colorado doesn't finish it then at home in game 5. So it's pretty crazy. You're talking about the best team in the league over the past 3 seasons, or the past 2 seasons, at least the champions, getting completely outclassed, dominated, whatever word you want to use. Colorado just relentless in their attack. So we'll see what happens in the next game. I'm not sure if I'm going to stay up for it because then we're going to start to get into the thick of Jacob's bowling tournament. But I'm sure I'll be talking about it and watching highlights for sure at the very least. Finally, it's Father's Day. It's the end of my Father's Day here. It's the start of your Father's Day there back in Vancouver. So again, want to wish all you fathers watching this a happy Father's Day. And I want to give a quick shout out to my late father, Larry. You guys know the story, how he was the one who introduced me to the Vancouver Canucks. He's the one who helped mold me into a Vancouver Canucks super fan, the one that was always playing hockey with us, always watching games, always listening to the games, always taking the time to explain the finer points of the game to me. So Dad, as always, I always say this, I say it on your death anniversary, I say it on your birthday, and I say it on Father's Day. I love you, I miss you, so grateful to you. Thank you for teaching me to be a good husband, to be a good father, and to be a man. All right, shout out to my sponsors, Perform and Transform, personal training and weight loss. Sign up now for a free 7-day trial. Use them in my video descriptions. Van City Experts Real Estate Group. Contact Jason Lim and his team for all of your real estate needs. Also to my legends, legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Justin Credible, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame members Jens 95, Simalexander, Chris Seifert, Adam Broomfield, Shining Hollingworth, HSM Fangirl Gaming, Smooth Groove, and Carol Bovenlander. Thank you for your support as always, and thanks to the support of all members of all levels. You're listed in my video descriptions. If you want to become a member of the CCC Crew, press the join button underneath this or my videos on the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. If you made it this far in the video, 9 minutes in, I think simply happy Father's Day. It doesn't have to necessarily be me, but just say it to everyone. All the fathers that are on this channel, subscribed, watching these videos, join me in greeting them a happy Father's Day. If you type that in, well, actually, I won't even know if you watch the whole video because you might do it anyways, but type it in, and then at least I think you got to the end of this video. And leave a comment. Let me know what you think of my answers about sandpaper, about a team realistically to trade with with the Vancouver Canucks if they're trying to unload JT Miller. All quiet on that front, so we'll see if there's some news breaks on that, Besser's contract, and other things in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Okay, friends, thanks for watching. Don't forget, join me tonight at 10 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time for my weekly Sunday night live stream. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves. No, subscribe if you'd like to. Like this video if you'd like to. Leave a tip, a super thanks if you'd like to. Always appreciate those. Become a member or upgrade if you'd like to, and definitely leave a comment down below if you'd like to. Now, stay safe, stay healthy. Take Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Have a great day. God bless, and go Canucks go.